What's up, guys? Crack back with another pack. Okay, today we got Slim 400. Rest in peace to Slim 400. What I want to do today is I want to do a little something different. Individuals saying, you got to do something out your city. This situation happened in my city, so I feel like I want to speak on it. I want to make a little mini movie about this and give you some history of Slim 400, give you some history of YG and what happened in between to lead up to his untimely demise. So again, we got another long one. I want you guys to bear with me. And also, we're going to start off this one with YG. And like I say all the time, just roll with me and watch how it all come together. It's going to take some time. We're going to build up to it and it's going to come together. So we're going to start with YG and then we're going to work our way down to Slim 400. We even got some Slim 400 industry beef. I even got some special footage that is not on the internet. I'm going to take you down the crime scene. We're going to do a lot today. So bear with me as I take you down this journey leading up to the untimely demise of the rapper Slim 400. Rest in peace, Slim.
All I talk is crack, I can get the brick out. I put in the work and never, no nigga can never just say that I looked.
Now, rapper YG is denying being involved in a chase and deadly shootout with LA deputies.
His specially modified SUV was at the center of a police chase
From Compton to Inglewood.
I-Team reporter Eric Leonard is live in our NBC4 newsroom with the rapper's response. Eric.
Well, Jonathan, one of two men who was in that SUV during the pursuit managed to escape the police containment. That led some speculation it could have been the musician himself, but he's gone on social media to say
It wasn't him.
LA County Sheriff's deputies say
They're still trying to figure all this out.
rapper YG, whose screen name is Stay Dangerous, posted this message.
I was nowhere near the scene of this incident. I was in Hollywood recording in the studio all day.
And didn't learn of these events until after they happened. The questions arose after this SUV, the Cadillac Escalade you see there that was modified
With armored panels and glass, crashed in Inglewood.
after a high-speed chase that began miles away. The sheriff's department confirms
The truck belongs to YG.
during the chase, the passenger in the SUV
Fired at deputies and a sheriff's helicopter with a rifle. One of the bullets may have struck and killed a homeless man nearby.
Sheriff Alex Villanueva sent out photos on social media that showed bullet holes in a sheriff's patrol car. Now,
One man was arrested at the end of that chase, but the second man, the one with the gun, wasn't caught.
the sheriff's department says that man took off running and still had the rifle with him that was used in the shooting. So detectives are searching for that man and trying to figure out how these two got a hold of this SUV. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm investigative reporter Eric Leonard. Back downstairs to you in the studio.
Okay, I want to stop it here because I wanted you guys to understand that I believe, this is my own opinion, I believe this is where everything went downhill. As you can see on the screen, this is some exclusive footage out my old auntie, my auntie old apartment building. She used to live there and, she gave me this footage a long time ago, but I never put it out because she was still staying there. I just didn't want to, you know what I mean? So now she gone. I can finally make this movie. This is actually in Inglewood where the pursuit ended on her street on Ash and Queen. She's no longer there, for the record. Now, what they basically saying is an individual had, I guess, YG's vehicle because it was registered to his name in Compton, and they're trying to say the police pulled up and it was they want to say a shootout, I guess you could say. But if a car pull off and then it's an individual dead there and you won't say how many spent casings are from the sheriff or from that vehicle, leads me to believe that maybe the spent casings was from one of those officers, allegedly. That's just my opinion. Now, what we're going to do now is move on to what happened next with YG that happened next as a result of this situation. Okay, let's do that now.
Good morning, Brandy. Sheriff's robbery homicide detectives about 15 minutes ago hightailed it out of here, completing what they needed to do inside the rapper's home. As you mentioned, this is all part of a shooting investigation, a deputy-involved shooting where one person was killed. This happened back on July 3rd. Let's go to the images from Air 7 earlier today as deputies swarmed the home of Keenan Jackson, also known as rapper YG. As we mentioned, they got here earlier this morning. They are here as part of the investigation in the deputy-involved shooting that happened back late on July 3rd that involved a vehicle that is registered to the young rapper. Let's take a look at what happened on July 3rd. It was a 2018 Escalade where it was being pursued by sheriff's deputies. It began in Inglewood, ended in Compton. They wanted to pull the driver over for reckless driving, suspected DUI. Shots were fired towards the deputies and, according to the sheriff's department, at the helicopter that was following this whole thing. There was one person who was killed, and that's still part of the investigation, trying to determine who shot him. He was 65-year-old Ricky Starks, a bystander, if you will, who lives there in Compton. Again, here at the rapper's home, sheriff's homicide investigators came in, served a search warrant, got what they needed to get out of the house, and left here about 15 minutes, 20 minutes before we went on the air. Nobody would say anything other than this is part of an ongoing investigation involving that deputy-involved shooting back late July 3rd.
Okay, the reason why I played that clip was because it was in connection with the last clip. Now, the reason why I think this has something to do with, not has something to do with Slim 400, but where the separation came with Slim 400 and YG. See, YG and Slim 400 was locked in, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as shows, he was taking him out of town, et cetera, et cetera. Now, when this situation happened right here, this is what I believe where Slim 400 had to come back to Compton or Inglewood, right? And that sometimes that's too much time on your hands. You know what I'm saying? When you traveling the world and you out the way, you out the way. If you know, you know. But when a certain situation like this happened and YG probably had to separate himself from everybody at this time to understand what was really going on, so that, because, you know, YG is the individual bringing in all the money. So, yes, Slim had his own label, Ice Water, but he was just getting that off the ground and really pushing it around where he needed to push it around, because he was connected. But believe me, he was connected. So, this is why I played this. This was the second incident, and this is where I believe the separation came, where he had to come home and kind of do what he had to do. Now we're going to move on to YG and 6ix9ine beef. And I believe that, you know, when you in the street and you gang banging, you inherit beef. When you in the industry, now we learn you inherit beef. So I believe Slim 400 was just doing what I believe Slim 400 felt like he was supposed to do. So we're going to move into YG beef, and then how Slim 400 started his beef with 6ix9ine also. Okay, let's move on. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Audio Crack 22 on all platforms. Tekashi 6ix9ine and YG's feud started over an interview on Breakfast Club. 6ix9ine fueled the beef, claiming that YG was just a tooted and booted rapper, while YG responded with a furious Instagram video threatening him. Now, I ain't gonna play that video. I ain't finna go back with all that. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to point out that there was a beef. So now we're going to get into Slim 400. We finished with YG. I explained why I felt like I had to start there, because I felt like, you know, Slim had to come home and he had to rearrange and change some things. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that can get you, you know what I mean? But we ain't got there yet though. So let me slow down a little bit. But before I do that, let me say this for the record. To all you rappers, stop letting 6ix9ine bait you into some whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, you ought to know by now. But anyway, this is back in the day. This is what was going on, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So now we're going to move into Slim 400 and his beef with 6ix9ine. And then we're going to gradually keep moving. Okay, let's do that now.
Let's backpedal on that just a little bit. How did you first even, like, I'm sure you've known about him for a minute, but like, when did you feel
Like 6ix9ine really started like disrespecting LA or YG or the Bloods or whatever? Like, what was your perspective on that?
Like, I say it like this, bro. Me personally, as a man, I feel like this. Once he
said, ain't nobody checking me. Ain't nobody saying nothing about me and my gangster. Ain't nobody saying nothing about what the I'm doing and how I'm getting down.
I know y'all like crack. That's it? Nah, that ain't it. But that's just some California. You know what I mean? Like, it be like that sometimes. Individual could say something that just, it don't mean nothing to you, but it mean a lot to us. Not saying it ain't like that everywhere, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go to another state and I say something out of pocket, right? I might just be saying something in California, it's cool. But out there, it ain't. Same thing. Okay, we got some more to get to. Let's move on.
So going out there though, it's a weird thing to for the whole of LA to feel disrespected by somebody, especially somebody who claims some gang shit, right?
Once you got the wave, you got that wave. Everybody named mama there, take control and jump in and this and that the third.
Really, as a man, don't give a fuck about that. Know what you're doing and know what the fuck you're doing it for. Once you don't know what the fuck you're doing and doing it for, you kind of get lost in the sauce. And you caught up in your own way. And he caught up in his own way.
Once you want to be down with the Bloods and whoever you down for, you got to be down for that motherfucker.
Run through the protocol, know what the fuck it is.
You don't give a fuck about that. You don't care about real. You
don't look out from time to time. That's why you got kidnapped. You are a pedophile. Like, bro, you fucking up.
You need a nigga like me on your squad, babe. Pyro. You need a nigga like me on your squad to tell you what the fuck to do. Because these niggas ain't telling you.
Shotty and all. Treyways and all. Niggas don't give a fuck about you, my nigga.
Period. I never even thought I got this far. I didn't even thought I was going to be here. Dead homies. Pyro. Now I'm here.
Be smart, though. Be smart, Vincent. It's my name, my nigga, Vincent. Vincent is smart now. All that sniff 100 shit, that's out the door. That's me, though.
So what, you're at Complex Con, and does somebody tell you, oh, homeboy's pulling up?
And I already done told you, the streets talk. I told you that earlier. The streets talk. I am who I am. Niggas gonna holler at me from time to time, tell me about what? Fans.
So you pull up around there, and he's trying to walk in with a big mob of security or whatever?
We valet parking, man. We valet parking, man. Valet parking, I'm chilling. In my mind, you know what? When we see these niggas,
we gonna blast these niggas, period, point blank. When I say blast, sock it too. Out of nowhere, they go Trey, wait, whoa, and go on.
And go up, Treys. Blood pop out of nowhere. Oh, what? Oh, I'm in your city. Come around here, though. Come right here, though. These doors you need to get in. Come right here. You ain't nobody. For sure. I'm somebody today. And I'm gonna keep being that nigga. And I ain't stopping. I'm gonna hold down what the I stand for.
Now you see what he said, right? Understand. I see this every day. That type of energy, that's all around where I'm at. I mean, they gonna stand on, an individual out here is gonna stand on what they standing on if they a real individual. That's just my opinion. I mean, I see it every day. That's why we have so many situations out here that aren't good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it don't happen everywhere else, but I guess it's close to home to me. You understand? Because I understand this lingo. I understand how the individual moving. I just get it, right? But also realize he's in an interview, right? He's actually telling exactly how it went down. He ain't putting no 10 on it. He ain't doing none of that. That's why I tried to line it up exactly how he said it. I mean, that's exactly what he said. So now you can understand how he inherited the beef with 6ix9ine through YG. But as he should, I'm starting to learn now that in the industry, it's the same. It's damn near the same as the streets. It's like politics is going to be politics, whether it's from the streets or you're a politician. It's still politics. And it's certain codes and certain rules that individuals live by in any city that they in. And I'm just witnessing right here through this interview. Now, as a result of that situation, as you can see on the screen, Slim 400 got a F6ix9ine tattoo on his back. So obviously the politics run deep within the industry, and you know, Slim just gonna stand on what he gonna stand on is what I'm understanding through the interviews and watching him move around. You know, he gonna stand on what he gonna stand on, whether it's for the good or for the bad. It's like, I'm with you. If I'm not, I'm not. You know, I understand that very well. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you. And that's just period. So now I'm gonna read, at this time, they beefing. You know, he got the 6ix9ine tattoo. He said, I'm out here in Vegas because bees don't want to be in Los Angeles talking about, do you love it? We don't love you. And we see you over there on that Ave about to beat you lucky. You is over there early in the morning, like always. Dude, I hopped down into Chicago early. You hopped in LA early. You were and the biggest clout chaser of them all. That's him speaking on 6ix9ine. So the beef went to social media after that fact, you know what I'm saying? And Slim 400 was basically saying, I'm standing on my square. You know what I'm saying? I'm with YG. That's just how I'm moving. So, and also they from the same section out here. They from Treetop, so in Compton. So the same section, you know, we like brothers. So whatever I get into, you get into. So I say all that to say this. Now we're going to move on to the second time Slim 400 got shot. Now, I'm going to say this. The first time, I couldn't really dig anything up on that. So we're going to move on from that. But the second time, this is an incident that happened in Compton. The reason why, like I said, I played them YG videos in the beginning was because all of this happened after that. Like I said, I believe he had to come home for a second so YG can get his situation in order. And then, you know, like I said, you come home, you got a lot of free time, you moving around. And sometimes that may not be good. So let's get on to Slim 400, the second time he got shot. Let's do that now. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Audio Crack 22 on all platforms.
So, the shooting that happened. It happened in Compton.
Yeah.
Okay. So, walk me through what exactly happened.
I feel like I'm gonna keep it short and simple real quick.
I was just pulling up on my block within my neighborhood to, you know, holler at my family.
Before I kind of hit the road to go handle my business and, you know, do shows and etc.
Okay, so you're in your neighborhood in your car.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess you have
Some other people in the car with you also, right?
Yeah, I had two bros in the car.
But my vehicle is hella tinted. So when I jump out to go see my family, like, I guess
These dudes was already on the block waiting for anybody to pull up.
to do whatever they was gonna do, but I was,
When they called, so
as I'm walking, they already,
about to get the popping. So once I hear shots,
shit, I'll get to trying to run.
duck, get behind cars to get to my folks, like garage and house.
And within me kind of halfway getting there, I kind of fall. And
And one of my relatives come out the house while they still shooting at a nigga. They pulling me and dragging me in, talking to me, trying to keep me alive.
and it worked. You feel me? So ambulance came and took me from there, bro.
But I still fully ain't myself. I'm out. You feel me?
I ain't really know what's going on, but
Like I said, I got hit 9 times.
when I did wake up, I'm blurry. I'm seeing my family, but really don't know who is who. And the doctor talking to me, asking me questions just to see how much of me as me is here with them. And I'm answering halfway correctly. Then the way I'm talking, it's like I'm mumbling. You see what I'm saying? I ain't really fully pronouncing shit right and etc. So I just like just stop. Like I just stopped talking. It's like, man, fuck it. I'm just gonna stop talking to the doctor.
Okay, so you
Weren't actually in your car when the shooting
Nah, I
happened?
jumped out of it.
Oh, you jumped out.
And my bros stayed in the car.
Okay.
and your friends didn't.
Didn't get shot.
Nah, like I
Say my tent so black. I got front tent on my front window, sides, all that. So once I jumped out and it's dark, they just thinking I'm by myself. They don't see nobody. So once they see me on the street walking,
it was like I got him. They not worried about shooting my car, who in my car. They was focused on me.
But this
This is your own block
Yeah.
with your family who lives on that block.
so. Did your family actually see all this happen?
nah, cause they was in the house. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Doing whatever they're doing. But once they heard shots, they ran to the door trying to see really like what's going on. And once they seen me, then my little relative come out and like try to like, you know what I mean, help me out.
Man, like it's one thing to be,
Because your last situation happened in someone else's neighborhood. You said
Yeah.
you shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
This is close to home.
Uh-huh.
They really tried to assassinate you
Hell yeah.
at your, not your home, but your block, your family's home.
Yeah.
I mean, this just sounds crazy.
Okay, you guys just heard Slim 400 speak in detail of a situation that happened to him in Compton, right? Where he said that an individual was just sitting on the block. And like, I know that well, like, I understand how it is in Chicago. People drop you low and everything, but people around here, like, if you're not from here, I'm gonna try to explain it for you a little bit. Like, the houses are really close. People grew up with everybody. And it's really nowhere to go. Like, if I need to find you, I can easily find you. And I'm going to just sit on your street because people normally, like, it's true. When you got tint on your windows and you post it up, people be smoking in their cars, doing et cetera, et cetera. You might just roll by, you don't know nothing. But if you just sitting out there and you see an individual roll up, when you waiting on them, I mean, that's the way it tends to happen out here. It ain't really no recklessness. It's like, you're not going to really see too many people just hop out and shoot up a park or something like that. People out here really sit on they individual and get it done. And I can only say that because I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So you take my advice. I understand what's going on. I lost a lot of friends in that same situation. So I can speak on that. You also heard Slim 400 speak of the first shooting where he said he shouldn't have been somewhere he wasn't supposed to be. And I get that, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we go places where we know we ain't supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? You know you ain't supposed to be over there, but you're just over there maybe for a female or maybe for a party or to make a move. And sometimes that ain't the best thing. So we also heard him speak on his first shooting. So now at this time, Slim 400 has been shot 2 different occasions. I don't know how many times the first time, but he mentioned that he was shot 9 times this time. So now what we gonna do is move to another interview that he was speaking on an individual. Well, the interviewer asked him about Mo 3, and sometimes it's kind of eerie when you listen to an individual that has lost his life, but was here when the other individual lost their life, and they speak of the situation. So I want to play part of this interview, and I want you guys to really listen to what he says on this interview when he's asked about Mo 3, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it. Okay, let's get to that now.
2 people have been charged with the murder of Mo 3.
Who was gunned down in broad daylight on the freeway. And, you know, I don't know if you've seen...
Did you see the recent video that came out where, you see him get out of his car?
Yeah, the block off shit and all that, yeah.
My said, I'm internet and all that, you know what I mean? Like, pay attention out here.
You know, so he was, Mo 3 was trying to look what it looked like. He was trying to...
See this gun in the video, you see him stop his car in the middle of the freeway and get out of his car and what looks like go to his glove box, that's presumably for a gun.
Yeah.
You know, then you see a car stop in front of him and someone get out.
And that's when Mo 3 takes off running. I'm guessing, you know, he's seen the guy, and so he just, you know, took off, and then you just see the guy run by the video.
Well, what'd you think when you seen that?
I mean, like I said, we all live our life to the fullest, and
We stood for, or we stand for what we about, or what we rap about, or our section, our hood.
you know what I mean? So, at that moment, I felt like, damn, all this I rapped about, or what I went through, or
What I did is et cetera, Lord forbid, like, tables turn.
and at that moment, it just, you know what I mean?
Friends, you know what I mean? Like, I love my daughter. That's what I was on. So, for that to be said, it's a sad situation, but it's like you on the other side of the gun now, you know what I mean? So, go around, come around, like I said, Lord forbid for anything on any level about anything.
But when you look at Mo going through that situation, it was like, damn, like, this the time, or this how it's gonna go off, you feel me?
I mean,
that was a pretty brazen, in the middle of the freeway.
You know, I mean,
dude got out the car
Yeah.
and just, you know what I'm saying, assault rifle, like.
That's some pretty brazen shit.
Like I say, bro.
For me to take 9 bullets, it's like they wanted me, you know what I mean? But Lord didn't want that to happen. On that man, it's like they wanted him. So when you're in them situations and you kind of picture it like, damn, he really shooting at me. You got to get away. You getting away but thinking, damn, I love my baby. Mom, I love you. You thinking all this shit because you're getting hit trying to get off, but who to say you're going to make it?
So you got to pray while you're doing all that right then and there, to where that's going to be the determination of
you going to make it, heaven, or you going to hell, or wherever the fuck it is, you feel me? Straight up.
Okay, honestly now, ask yourself this question. Like, that was eerie, right? I mean, we got, for starters, a video that came out. Now, if you haven't seen the video of Slim 400, you're not gonna see it here. Let's make that clear now. I'm not playing that video, so I'm just trying to show you how this when I watched this whole interview, this clip right here is the one that kind of it made me move a little bit. So when that happens, that's when I incorporate it into the content. You know what I'm saying? Whether it has something to do with it or not, it's just something that when I feel it, I feel it. So for starters, we got a video. Then he explains that he was trying to get out of his car. Speaking of Mo3, same thing with Slim 400. It kind of seemed like with the video was a little grainy. You didn't know if he was trying to reach or but we do know clearly he was trying to get out of his vehicle, right? Then he spoke about living on the other side of the gun, you know, rapping. You might be rapping that way. And then, it comes to you. You know what I'm saying? It's something about this whole interview right here that kind of made me feel some kind of way, like, why are we rapping like this? Why we gotta say we shooting an individual or we running somebody down? How come we can't be a little bit more creative and just drop good music, cause it seems like every rapper that is coming up new and even older rappers are dying by the gun. The interviewer also asked him about, did he see the individual get out with an assault rifle? I believe the individual that, took our brother Slim 400 had an assault rifle himself. So it was just a lot of things within this interview, this little piece that kind of just made me feel like I needed to put this in this situation to bring some light to it. Like, it's eerie, man. Like, we got to sit back and we got to think about it. Like, think about the things we say, think about the things we rap, think about how we live, think about how we move. You gotta wake up and understand that, like, don't take life for granted. You understand what I'm saying? And lastly, when Slim 400 spoke on when he got shot 9 times, and he said the Lord didn't want that to happen, but for that man, it was his time. That really, it made me feel a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, when the individual that passes away, and then you speaking on the individual that passed away, but you living at the time, you don't think nothing of it. But when that individual passes away, and then you go back to them interviews and you listen to them, like, if it don't move you, then you probably ain't got no soul. You know what I'm saying? So that leads me into Slim 400 and his untimely demise. We're gonna break that down. We're gonna get to the crime scene, and we're gonna try to wrap this up. But I want you guys to hang in there with me. I know I'm a bit long-winded, but at the same time, this is a movie. Okay, let's get to that now. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Audio Crack 22 on all platforms.
Breaking news out of Inglewood. Police are investigating a deadly shooting near Manchester and 7th Avenue. Now, officers were patrolling the area last night just before 8 o'clock when they heard shots fired. Well, they found a man who had been shot. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. TMZ is reporting the victim is a rapper who goes by the name Slim 400. However, police have not confirmed that. Of course, we will keep following the story and bring you more as we get it.
Okay, we all know what happened on this situation. Rest in peace to Slim 400. For those who haven't seen this, I just put this in because this is a part of the movie. For those that have been rocking with me for a long time, you guys remember that I was at the scene of Slim 400's untimely demise, and I went live that night. It was on my YouTube, but once I got demonetized, I had to erase a lot of videos, and that was one of them. But I do have a clip from when me and my wife went the next morning. We rolled by, seen his candles. And since I live in this city, what we're going to do after I play that clip, we're going to get into some more exclusive footage shot by myself and my wife of the crime scene. We're going to walk you down and we're going to go over the area a little bit. And I'm going to kind of break that down so that you can kind of understand what's going on. Okay, so let's get to that clip now.
Rest in peace, Slim 400. You lost your life here at this very spot. So sad.
Rest in peace, Slim 400. This is the spot right here where he was found last night. For anybody that don't know, city of Inglewood, 7th Avenue in Manchester. Rest in peace, Slim 400. Okay, now you can see the Google Maps on the screen, right? Now, pay attention to 7th Ave. I got everything marked. 7th Ave, we're going to walk up 7th Ave. You're going to look to the right. You're going to see alley number 1. You're going to look to the left. You're going to see alley number 2. We're going to walk up a little bit to Manchester. That busy street is Manchester. Everything right here is marked off so you can understand when we do this walk. Okay, let's get to that now. Okay, now we're on 7th Ave. So we're walking up 7th Ave, and this is present day 7th Ave. We stop right there by the candles. We're walking up, and ahead of us is Manchester, which is a busy street. Kind of runs far, so it's a real busy street. So as we're walking up 7th Ave from where the candles were, you're going to get to this certain situation where there's a T-bone in the road, right? The T-bone is basically the 2 alleys that you see on the Google Maps. So once you see the T-bone on the alley, we're going to turn to the right, and you actually see how far the alley goes down. So you see that, then come back around, and you're going to look to the left, and you can actually see the second alley. It goes down as far as maybe 4 or 5 blocks. Now we're looking at the barber and beauty salon. Now, the barber and beauty salon is on the left-hand side. Now, I want you to take a look at this. Now, we got 3 sets of cameras that is on the barber and beauty salon, right? The barber and beauty salon has been there for years, So eventually, I feel like these individuals was going to get caught because, you're right here with all cameras. I'll get to my theory in a minute, but I just wanted to show you the cameras before I continue to walk. Okay, let's continue to walk. Okay, now we're coming up 7th Ave, closer to Manchester, which I told you was the busy street. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this. It was several getaways that you can get away right here. If you know, you know. Like, when people around here, like I said, I'm from Inglewood, so, like, this happens all the time. And just how Slim 400 had kind of described what happened to him as sitting on the block, that's really what people do. But that's not my theory. We'll get to that in a second. Let's get up here to Manchester. I believe it's Boulevard. We're on 7th. You see the number 7? You see Manchester. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to what's across the street. If you ain't already seen it, it's coming up now. Now, it says Inglewood Police Community Center. It's kind of like a substation. You know what I mean? Like, we in Inglewood have substations all over. We got one on Arborvitae. We got one right here. And if you're doing something around there, a person will just run to the substation, right? So now you can see it a little bit clearer now. See, it's the Inglewood Police Community Center, but we call them substations around here. So now, as you can see it clearly, I myself knew these individuals was gonna get caught because at the end of the day, you had the barber and beauty salon right there on the corner with several cameras, right? But not only that, the situation was that the individual that took Slim 400's life came in, no mask, white beater. To me, I would say he was high, allegedly. Like, that's not how we get down out here. Like, you gonna protect yourself at all costs because, you want to make it home, right? So for you to come out barefaced with a beater on and walking with the thing out, you know what I'm saying? To me, it seemed like dude was high. Something like an Eric Holder situation. You know what I'm saying? Come around high, he looking for trouble, and you can find it easily out here. Trust me. Okay, let's get to my theory. Let's go back to the T-bone where the alleys are. This is an easy situation. Let's say the individual that got caught was sitting on this street like Slim 400 had described earlier when the situation happened to him in Compton, right? It's nothing. You could sit on the street. You got apartments in the alley. So you could pull up and make it seem like you sitting in an apartment and just post up. You could post on the street like as if, maybe he had tent like Slim 400 had described in the other situation. It's really nothing to do this, but the way that he got out brazen like he did and walked up, no mask, nothing like that, nothing to cover his face, knowing that the beauty salon and everything was sitting there with cameras, and in the community center was sitting right there. The police community center is on the corner. Tells me that this individual wanted to just do what he wanted to do, but I truly believe he was high. So I'm thinking that my theory is he was just sitting in the alley, maybe sitting on the corner, and as soon as he pulled up, because if you've seen the video, You know that he had pulled up because you could tell he was still in his vehicle. He ain't even opened the door yet. So it seemed like he was sitting on him for a while. Now, I can't tell you if he was already there, if his car was already there and he was in the house and he was sitting on him, or if he was just sitting over there because he knew that location and he was waiting for him to come home, right? But that's my theory. My theory is I'm thinking that he was parked kind of like that. And then once you do that and you go back to the car, you hit a corner, it's nothing but houses around here. I mean, I'm gonna take you around it. Like, look at the screen right now. You can see I'm taking you around, and you can see that it's nothing but houses. It looks very nice out here. It looks like green grass and all that, right? But when the lights go out, it's ugly. I'm gonna just say it like that. And in the daytime also, but really when the lights go out, all the it's never nothing happen good after dark. That's what they always say, right? So that's my theory on that situation. I hope you all enjoyed the exclusive content, but now we're going to get to what happened after the fact because of these cameras in this police community center that I'm showing you and all of these people with these Ring doorbells. We're going to get to that, and I'm going to show you exactly who these people are that are actually incarcerated and involved in the untimely demise of Slim 400. Okay, let's get to that now. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Audio Crack 22 on all platforms.
A man and a woman have been arrested and charged in the slaying of rapper Vincent Coran, known by the stage name Slim 400.
Michael Terry charged with murder and being a felon in possession of a firearm, while Tamra Bell is charged with being an accessory after the fact.
The shooting happened last December when Slim 400 was leaving his vehicle on
South 7th Street in Inglewood.
Authorities have
not released a motive for the shooting.
On Monday, June 13th, Michael Linnell Terry, 33, of Los Angeles, the alleged trigger man in the shooting. Bail was set at over $3 million. His accomplice, Tamara Lynn Bell, 42, of Inglewood, who has been charged with accessory to murder after the fact, received a $1 million bail. And no, I don't know Tamara Lynn Bell. I'm just putting that out there. But it's something fishy about this situation because I'm about to pull up these other papers, and when I read this, I need a little help because it's a little weird. Okay, let's get to that. Okay, check this out. Tamara Bell, you see everything on there, but I want you to pay attention to this. It says bail. You see where it says bail at? Total bail amount, 0. Total whole bail amount, 0. Grand total, 0. When you get to the housing location, permanent housing, assigned date on the 13th. Okay, we see all that, right? Then when you get down here to the case information, you have bail amount, 0, fine amount, 0. Okay, we see all that, right? But then when I go to the next page, it says same thing, bail amount, 0, fine amount, 0, sentence date 6/13/22, right? But it says disposition code, OR, disposition description on coordinates, right? So my thing is, did Tamara get out on OR? I mean, then when we get to this next page, right, you got disposition code, dismissed. Disposition description, dismissed. Now, what that means, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she's out on OR. I'm not sure. But we clearly seen that they had bails over millions of dollars. So I'm just putting that out there because this is just the information that I received. So I just wanted to make sure that I dotted my I's and crossed my T's. All right, y'all. We're getting down to the end. We've been through a lot. I know I had you guys here for a while, and I appreciate it. We didn't learn anything today. I'm not going to do what we learned today because I want to just say rest in peace to Slim 400. You know, I don't want to, we didn't learn anything. We already knew everything that I gave you guys. Maybe some of you guys didn't know, but a lot of people did. So I just want to say rest in peace to him. To my members, I appreciate you all. I appreciate my mods. I appreciate the people that just come here and just show support. The people that like, share, and subscribe the videos, comment on the videos. I appreciate you all. But I got a couple new members that I want to shout out. My first member that I want to shout out is What's Up Cynthia. Thank you so much, What's Up Cynthia. I appreciate you. You're a mod over here. And I respect the work that you put in all throughout YouTube. I see it. Definitely. Next, I want to say thank you, and 411. You was a member my first go around before I got demonetized. You came back, you hit me and said you monetized, and boom, you hit me with the membership. So I salute you and I appreciate that. Next, I want to say salute to Cece. She's a new member over here. I appreciate her. She's from my home city. Salute CC, ING all the way. And if you want to follow, I want you guys to go follow What's Up Cynthia on YouTube. And I want you to follow AnnStar411 on YouTube. Great content. And CC, if you have a YouTube channel, I'm not really sure, hit me up and I'll promote your YouTube channel next go around. I thank you all. I'm going to play a couple little clips of Slim 400, and then we're going to play a little piece of his funeral. The reason why I play the pieces of the funerals at the end, you guys, is because if I'm going to speak on an individual that's not here, sometimes their family doesn't like that. So we never went to the funeral, so I just look at it like we all just sitting here going to the funeral and paying our respects and paying our homage to the individual that we're speaking of. So I'm going to let that go. I appreciate you all. Until next time.
My grandma deceased.
One thing she told me before she passed, and I seen her 3 days before she passed on her bed, she said,
"Hey, look, Vincent, you and Chris take care of my house. And you just be successful. And with any and everything that you want to be successful in, I know you got it. Just do it." Whoever the fuck coaching you and your big homie or your G homie, they ain't saying it right. They ain't leading you right. They self-destructing, bro, and you gonna go down and fail.
because within this, and when you sign up, it's dead serious, my nigga. And they ain't gonna play with you. I'm
looking you dead in your eye. Right. You gonna live, survive, or go to jail. Which one you wanna take?
I'm doing everything right. How these niggas telling me what the fuck to do.
Right.
So at the end of the day, nigga, I'm real about it.
Now I'm up here. My age, my bracket. Still in the hood though, right?
So he say, right?
Right.
I ain't hurting. My daughter don't want for shit. As long as she get A's and B's and she good as a motherfucker, I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Yeah.
She too big to wear Pampers. It ain't no dirty blood. Flies a motherfucking whistle.
Westside Treetop.
All I talk is crack, I can get the brick out. I put in the work and never, no nigga can ever just say that I look